All right, man. Hey, it's time. Look, I know our Falcons haven't given us much to celebrate right now. Pound for pound, man, this is our 7th live stream, JR.
Yeah,
7.
yeah. That's been pretty exciting and pretty interesting, and we definitely appreciate all y'all who join us week in and week out. Even though the team isn't all that exciting, this has been a lot of fun for sure.
Hey, man, and it's because of you guys, man, that we all can keep our heads up despite all the things that are going on right now, man. So even though there's not much brotherhood that seems to be going on with the Falcons organization right now, or the team or the coach, I think it is going on right here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if nothing else, this has given some folks, not just ourselves, but some other people, an avenue to get their voice heard in one fashion or another. And that much, we appreciate being able to allow that to happen, giving y'all a place to talk.
So let's go ahead and jump on into it, man, because
you
saw the news as well as everybody else, all the other Falcons fans saw the news. You asked me on the last live stream about us playing GM, and if we play GM, who would we want to trade? And you know already who I said.
Yeah, you said Mohamed Sanu.
Yeah.
And so that tells me that Thomas Dimitrov listens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some code screen name or something. So he pays attention to what? No, that's not what?
He might do, though. He might do.
Yeah, so we traded Mohamed Sanu today to the New England Patriots, which only makes sense whether you like him or not. The sound is kind of slow-mo. Is it any better, guys? Let me see. Just let me know if it's getting any better or if it's worse or whatnot. Let's see. But yeah, like I said, we traded Sanu to the Patriots, and I think for the most part we got we got a good deal for him. We got a second round pick, which is really great. Sorry, I'm trying to get these sound issues fixed here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, give us a second, guys.
Just 1 second. Let me see if I can figure this out. All right. Let us know if that's any better or not. We'll try to keep pushing through this. All right. Anyway, we traded Sanu for a second round pick, which is great for a guy who's turning, 31 and was a former third round pick himself.
Right.
Now, as far as the fan base is considered and concerned, yeah, dude, I didn't want to see him go. I didn't want to see him go at all. But, I mean, that's the business. That's unfortunately today you saw the business of the NFL popping up. You're in a lost season, which is plain as day. Anybody can see that. So now you're just trying to recoup, recoup something for a guy that you were probably going to let walk anyway.
Yeah, guys, let us know if the sound and everything is getting better here. I know we're having a few technical difficulties. I see Falcons Nation is saying we're popping in and out on the mic. But we're going to try to push through it, guys, until we can get to a good, solid spot here. So just give us a second as we try to get through this turbulence that we're experiencing right now. But I knew that this would probably be the best move for the Atlanta Falcons.
I think so.
Being gone, not because he's not a great player.
No, he's He's an amazing player.
Yeah. Like you said, we're 1-6.
Right. I mean, there isn't much to be safe. Josh Ward's over here saying, I feel like it's time to clear house. Nobody's safe but Julio. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of y'all may not feel this way, but Matt Ryan's here to stay. He's going to be a Falcon until this is all said and done. So, or until he's said and done. You're not going to walk away from a franchise quarterback unless he goes the route of Jeff Flacco. So if he ends up going that route, then, I guess you would have to get rid of him.
But I still feel like, and I stand by the fact that I believe that Matt Ryan still has a great couple to 3 years still left in him. Everything is kind of going south right now, for the Atlanta Falcons. But I think as we begin this rebuild, which is officially started with the Sanu trade,
It has to be, yeah.
there's word that there could be more, that the team may be looking into eating up a few players' cap space.
Right? Yeah, there has
Dead
been.
cap.
Yeah, there has been word going around that guys such as either Alex Mack or even Desmond Trufant, they'd be willing to eat some of the money. I mean, I don't know if I could get rid of Mack, but Trufant, I don't know if I could say I would be so sad to see him gone.
I mean, look, man, all the guys that we brought in are good guys.
Yeah, they are.
But there comes a time when you have to realize that a player may have, regressed to the point where there's no point of return, at least not for the Atlanta Falcons. Since after that 2015 season with Desmond Trufant, he's been injury plagued for the most part in 2016, and he hasn't been himself since after that Pro Bowl year.
Yeah, he's been very inconsistent. Somebody actually compared him to his brother Marcus Trufant. Talking about had like one real good year and then inconsistent afterwards. I mean, and I hate to say it, but that's the way he's trending right now.
So I gotta ask you about this game, JR.
Sir.
Were you shocked by what you saw, or are you feeling like this is normal now?
What I was shocked by was the offense. I thought the offense was starting to click. Now, the offensive line completely gave up on Matt Ryan in that sense. Like the times that he was kept upright, we were moving the ball, but the fact that that he got sacked 5 times again for the second time this season is, man, it's inexcusable. You know
what? I don't understand what is really happening with this team when it comes to the O-line. You invested over $80 million.
Yeah.
$80 million.
Right.
And 2 first-round draft picks.
Uh-huh.
Okay, just to get 2 offensive linemen in the draft, and you went out and got James Carpenter and Jamon Brown.
Right.
And you still getting Matt Ryan killed.
Yeah, on a consistent basis. I mean, I guess I'm glad that Ty Sombrello hadn't had to come back out there.
No, he hasn't.
But I mean, Devontae Fowler made Caleb Gary look silly.
Yeah, he actually looked like a 3rd overall pick.
Yeah, for the first time in his career.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the first time in his career. Let's see. Blackbird says this season proves Kyle Shanahan actually took us to the Super Bowl. I mean, I can't argue with that. His offense took us to the Super Bowl. That much is for sure. I mean, they're towards the end of that year, the defense started to become opportunistic. I wouldn't say that they were good, but they were opportunistic, with creating turnovers and stuff like that, which is what Dan Quinn is predicated on.
But now you're not getting turnovers or sacks.
No, you ain't getting none of it. I mean,
4 straight games.
Look, hey, me, you, and everybody in the chat has as many sacks as the Falcons does through like 4 games. So pat yourself on the back. Y'all all got as many sacks as the Falcons do.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. To an offensive line that, if I ain't mistaken, was starting 2 rookies, and none of them they weren't high draft picks. And, man, you should have been throwing stunts and blitzes and all this. And I think I heard Dan Quinn say something about, they threw 17 blitzes or whatever. I didn't see them.
Yeah, in that last game, they did. And against Arizona, but I don't remember them either.
Yeah, they were the most mediocre vanilla blitzes I've ever seen because, like I said, I didn't pick them up.
And I'll tell you what, I almost was back to rooting for Dan Quinn in that game, man. Back when that kick got missed, when that field goal got missed by Zerline, I was like, and you saw Dan Quinn celebrate. I was like, man, maybe Dan Quinn might be able to, fight for his job.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just slipped away.
Yeah, just gone again. Gone again. It's like in that Arizona game, you actually got some stops. You got the offense off the field. You look like you might have been turning the corner in that second half.
Right.
Just for it to be just gone again. Gone again against, again, a get-right game.
Yeah, it was. And the Rams took it as such.
That's a get-right game.
Yeah.
So that tells me, in a way, is more apt to the Cardinals not being a good team versus us actually turning the corner.
I mean, you got Charles Davis in this Rams game saying what Steve Smith said. So this has to be circulating around the NFL with us being that get-right team. I mean, that's horrible, man.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
It's crazy to see that. And, I mean, the fact that you spent 2 first-round picks on pass rushes and they ain't been able to get home. They ain't developed into anything. I don't know who that says more about. I saw that Chuck Smith video going on about Vic Beasley, basically saying it was him. Like he wasn't trying to do nothing in the offseason. And that ain't the first time we've heard that about Vic.
Look, I mentioned this on What's Up Falcons podcast. And shout out to What's Up Falcons podcast, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Rock and all the guys over there, Hoop and Q. And
they do a good job.
These Falcons, man. I mentioned this back in the offseason when I was on the show, that I felt it was very disrespectful that Vic did not accept the invitation of Dan Quinn. When Dan Quinn lent his hand out and put himself on out there, that he wanted to get with Vic Beasley.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the fact that I think you mean Chuck Smith. Or
no, it was Dan Quinn.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was basically saying what Chuck Smith just said not too long ago about Vic Beasley getting with Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn put it out there that he wanted to get with Vic, and he didn't show up.
Right. I think unfortunately the writing is on the wall there that you can pick these guys, but you can't predict what they're going to do in this league. I mean, coming out of college, Vic Beasley had double-digit sacks, 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like a beast.
And I wanted him.
I mean, I was legitimately excited when we drafted him. When he was there on the board and we got him, dude, I was like slam dunk.
Yeah, he actually felt like he should have been close to a number 1 overall pick because he stayed in college another year because he didn't want to come out in the year that we thought he was.
Right. And so for him to come in and just essentially think he's going to win on his athleticism alone, who's that remind you of? Jamal Anderson, anybody? Who was a freak coming out of college.
Yeah.
Absolute freak.
Yeah, but didn't give you anything when he got drafted by the team.
What was that? Look like Tarzan, play like Jane?
Yeah, that looks like it to me.
That's what Vic Beasley look like to me right now. And, I mean, Takk McKinley, he's still got time to prove everybody wrong. But right now, the only thing he's proven is that he can run his mouth.
Yeah.
That's all he's proven to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's so sad that we finally spend some draft capital on some pass rush just for him to flame out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Blackbird Blitz says, when we went to the Super Bowl, DQ was not the defensive coordinator. DQ's nothing more than a Tinkleberry. True. I mean, okay, look, when we actually got to the Super Bowl, he had taken play calls from Rick Smith. He had taken play calling from Rick Smith at that point in time. He had done that after the Kansas City game where we got, embarrassed at home. So, I mean, he was calling plays that had this defense looking better. Now, I don't know if can a coach get the yips? You know how a kicker gets the yips or a pitcher gets the yips? Can a coach get the yips?
I mean, he could.
I mean, did he just forget how to call plays?
No, I don't think it's that at all.
Or is he just overthinking himself now?
Yeah, I don't, JR, I honestly don't think it's that at all. I mean, you had this team. This team has come out confessing basically that it's not the coaching.
Yeah, they're saying it.
That it's them.
Week.
They're not executing. And you know what that sounds like to me? You can want to play for a coach all you want to.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the passion to play for that coach, I don't care how much you want to. It's almost like you're getting out of bed. And you don't really want to get out of bed because you're not excited to get out of bed for where you're about to head.
Yeah.
And I think that atmosphere has been created where the Falcons players, as much they want to play for Dan because he's a great guy, they're not excited to play for Dan Quinn.
No, I definitely think that yes, they like Quinn. Yes, they respect Quinn. I mean, it come out today that Julio Jones got up in front of everybody with Arthur Blank in the room and everything, talking about, don't y'all want to play? Don't y'all want to play for this man?
Right.
Like he's done everything for us, and gave an impassioned speech. I mean, we'll see if it translates in Seattle, but right now, it don't look like they want to play for this man.
JR, I don't see it.
They don't look like they want this man to keep his job.
Look, as much as they might want him to keep his job,
Yeah.
are they fired up to help him keep his job?
It doesn't seem like it.
And look, I love Vic Beasley, man. I don't have no hate for any type of player, despite what production is, how great they're doing, or how they're not doing.
Right.
But for you to come out and say that you want to fight for your coach when you couldn't even show up in the OTAs when he invited you to work with you one-on-one, to help you with your pass rush. You was his first pick. Yeah. Okay, his first baby, so to speak.
Right. And you can't show up for him in OTAs?
You can't even be there.
And that says a lot to me. Let's y'all's comments are coming in pretty quick, so I want to hit a few of them real quick. Let's see. Wayne Turner says, I knew trading Robert Alford would be a problem. We didn't trade Alford. We cut him.
Yeah, we cut him.
So, I guess I wish we would have traded something. At least we would have got something for him, but we cut him. So it is what it is at that point. We got some more clean house. I think we need to clean house from top to bottom. I think the whole vision needs to be different, but that's just me. Let's see. Uncle Javon says, at least we can see Russell Gage get some more reps. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind for the rest of this season a full-on youth movement. I mean, let's see what we got in these guys. Let's see what we got in Kaminsky. Let's see what we got in Sanu for a change. Let's see what we got in Russell Gage and OZ, who I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that man's name.
I don't think you're going to have much of a choice, JR. I think you're going to see that anyway. But what this does allow for is Calvin Ridley to prove that he is the number 2 guy.
Yeah.
Opposite of Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Because now you don't have Mohamed Sanu there competing with you for that second spot, because Mohamed Sanu already knew that Calvin Ridley was brought in and drafted specifically for this purpose.
Right. I mean, the way Sanu's contract was structured, you knew after about the third year they were going to try to get out anyway.
Right.
Of that or try to restructure. So, that Sanu getting traded don't surprise me. I'm glad to see, in a sense, that maybe he gets to go win a ring. I hate it's going to be with Evil Empire again, but so be it. Worked for Claiborne.
I mean, what can you say, man? The NFC South loves to deal their players over to New England. I mean, New Orleans did it.
Yep.
With Brandon Cooks, and then you had Carolina did it with defensive end Ely.
Yeah, Tony Ely.
Which didn't last too long.
No,
with
it
his
didn't.
time being there in New England.
See, do I think Sanu will do good? I think he'll do good on the Patriots. I mean, Sanu, I feel like, is going to take over that Gronk role.
I was thinking the same thing.
Which New England has been missing.
Right.
Sanu's a much more physical receiver. So I think that I think he's going to take over that Gronk role.
Yeah.
For New England, doing some of the blocking and some of the dirty work for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to Archangel says, let's see, I want to see what we get in Quadre, what we got in Quadre. Yeah, I agree there. I'd like to see what we got in these guys. I mean, Devonta Freeman hasn't necessarily looked. Speaking of Freeman, oh my God.
Yeah.
My God.
Let's do it.
Okay, look, that whole mentality of pick the biggest guy on the field and walk up and hit him in the face?
Yeah.
That's what that man did. I'm not exactly sure what Aaron Donald said to him. I would like to know. But
can I say it?
Go ahead. You suck?
Yeah.
Like, y'all suck?
Yeah.
Like, why are you even out here on this field with us?
Your organization stinks right now.
Because, I mean, dude got all up in his face, swung at him and everything.
Yeah.
I know Devontae come from a rough area. I've heard the story. I ain't never been down there. Obviously, I don't know nothing about it other than I've read the stories. So he definitely don't seem like a guy who's going to take any crap off anybody. But to go toe-to-toe with a beast like Aaron Donald, that's some Napoleon syndrome right there.
And get lifted off the ground.
Oh, man, picked
up
for
about 2 yards.
Get picked up like a little kid.
Yeah. Well, the whole team didn't get picked up like a little kid. Remember we talked about the Texans?
Yeah.
With the tight end fails, playing keep away from Jamal Ishmael.
Yep.
That's how we've been getting treated now.
Yeah.
And it goes to show you what everybody around the NFL is saying about the Atlanta Falcons. Okay?
It's off, man.
We are the get-right team.
Yep. Yep.
We are a joke right now, man, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how we're being played, like
yeah.
a joke.
Exactly. Like, look, I'm going to go ahead and call it. When you're in a year where the Browns have more credibility than you do, and Jacksonville Jaguars got more credibility than you do, you having a bad year, like full on. Like, I just thought 2014 was bad with Mike Smith. I almost wish for 2014 again.
Yeah, but, like the difference there, and now, JR, we actually were competing still for the division.
Yeah.
Because nobody was running away with it.
Oh, they running away with it now.
Oh,
without their franchise quarterback.
Oh, and they're not coming back.
No.
Not this year.
No, you gone. You've been left in the dust on this one.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Buck says, don't start no ish. They won't be no ish. You're right about that. Yeah, you don't start none, won't be none. But, I'll give Devonta credit. He didn't back down. So I'll give him that. At least he stood his ground and showed some fight.
Well, he showed what Alex Mack said. He had passion.
That's right.
And that's what we're lacking right now. And,
we are that.
And Alex Mack all but told on the feelings of the team. And that's what I just had said. This team may want to play for Dan Quinn, but they don't have the passion, the get up, the excitement to play for this man.
Right. No, I agree. And VTW says Chase Young from Ohio State is the best pass rusher in college football. Maybe he'll be there. Maybe we'll get all up in there and get like a Bosa type character, or a Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa type pass rush, or that maybe can actually get some sacks.
Man, the way it's looking right now in 2020 draft, there's going to be a lot of coin tosses.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that top 10 is going to be very crowded, y'all, with Miami in there, Cincinnati in there, us in there. Mm-hmm. Who else in there? Raiders, probably.
Yeah, right. Well, no, they're doing okay.
They're doing all right.
Right now, it's going to be between us, the Browns, and Cincinnati, and possibly the Dolphins.
Yeah, so, it's going to be crowded, man.
Oh, yeah. This is the second time I've seen this pop up. Michael Sky says, what do we think about a guy like Louis Riddick? I wouldn't mind giving Riddick a shot.
As the GM?
Yeah, as the GM. He seems real smart. His name gets brought up every year.
I like the attitude that he brings.
Yeah.
He doesn't take no stuff on Twitter. I noticed that. I read a lot of his tweets.
Yeah, he brings some good information too.
He's going to bark back at you if you say something stupid.
I agree with that. Lucas says, how bad do you think our secondary has been, especially been hurting since we lost Keanu? I don't know how much Keanu actually affects the secondary. He seems more of like an in-the-box safety in Quinn's system. Seems more out rove in the middle or whatnot. I think the secondary right now is getting – that's just a lack of experience right now. You have Sheffield out there. You have Isaiah Oliver out there. You have Jordan Miller out there. It's just lack of experience right at this moment.
The same issues that plagued us with the Atlanta Falcons and Mike Smith is plaguing us now. Tight ends are wearing us out. And here's what you get when you don't bring somebody else in other than Jamal Carter, who you bring off of your practice squad. He was getting burnt.
Yeah, he looked like crispy toast.
Okay, number 35 is all I was seeing his jersey chasing the whole time in that game because he could not keep up with those tight ends. Exactly. They were wearing them out.
I agree completely. Somebody's asking when is Lindstrom coming back. There have been reports that he's progressing well. He's eligible to come back, I think, week 10. I think this was the first time he could practice. I could be wrong on that one, but that's the short-term IR thing. So, but they seem like they might even be hesitating on bringing him back.
Right.
So I can't say I blame him.
Okay, speaking of bringing somebody back, let's say Matt Ryan does miss some time.
Yeah. Oh, let me throw this little nugget in there. For all you people who don't want to see Matt Ryan, is y'all about to get your wish this week, and we're going to see how this team looks without Matt Ryan. I predict it ain't going to be pretty, and maybe that'll bring it into focus that he's not nearly as bad as everybody likes to think he is.
So maybe he's back week 10 against the New Orleans Saints, and Drew Brees will probably be back too as well.
Exactly. Yeah, Drew Brees will probably be back.
Because unlike the Carolina Panthers, whom Ron Rivera has already made it known that Kyle Allen will start over Cam Newton, they're not going to be, I don't think, doing that. Teddy Bridgewater, great for your service. but our starter is back.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, look, yes, they've won. They haven't lost yet, but their offense hasn't looked the same with Teddy Bridgewater that it does with Drew Brees.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when Drew Brees is healthy, he'll be back under center for sure. Let's see. So somebody says we need to overhaul on the D, cut and release everyone we can. I think the only people safe on defense right now is Grady Jarrett and maybe Deion Jones.
Yeah,
That's it.
mean, everybody else.
Yeah.
It's up for free game.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I'm mad about it. I'm not one bit worried or concerned about a start over for this Atlanta Falcons team. And I told my wife this morning. I would rather support and cheer for a team that you don't have expectations to win and they just so happen to win, like what Mike Smith did in 2008 after that 2007 debacle, than to have a team where you invested and expected for them to win this year and they're not performing.
Yeah, no, it's this year, I mean, you should have been able to sneeze into about
10 wins.
Yeah, at least. At least you should have been able to sneeze into 10 wins, into 10 wins.
When you can't even get sacks.
No, you can't get sacks at all. Yeah.
In 4 games?
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, all right. Listen to me. When we lose to Seattle next week, is Quinn gone? Is Arthur Blank going to do something he ain't done yet?
Well, why would you be holding on to him?
I don't know why you hold on to him.
I mean, I got people saying that they want to see Dan Quinn turn this ship around in 2020. Dan Quinn is not going to be here in 2020, guys. Okay, he's gone.
Yeah, he's out.
It's inevitable that he is gone. Now, the question is going to be, is Thomas Dimitroff
That's going to be the real
going
question.
to be gone?
And Archangel brings up a good point here. Like, he's talking about where's the fight and where's the urgency. Talking about where's the passion. To me, that right there is the reason why Quinn's going to be gone.
They don't have the passion.
No, they ain't got the fight in them.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Look, man, I was a good singer, okay?
Yeah.
But somewhere along the way, I lost the fire to sing. I lost the motivation to sing. And when people hear you sing and they see or sense you don't have that passion, they can sense that, okay? I went from making people cry with tears to like, oh, well, he can sing.
Yeah, he can sing. Okay.
And that's the same way with his team.
Right.
Yeah, okay, they can play, but there's no fire.
Yeah, there is no fire. And somebody's over here saying trade Vic Beasley and that second for Von Miller.
Yeah, but who you getting for Vic Beasley and who even going to draft? Who even going to trade for him?
Yeah, you ain't trading Vic Beasley for Von Miller.
He on trading block, and Mohamed Sanu went before him.
Right. I mean, he's on the trading block, and the best hope you could get, I think, at this point for Vic Beasley is to go to the Raiders for like maybe a 5th or 6th round pick at best. Yeah. And and because the fact of the matter is, if you were going to get something for Vic Beasley, it would have been last year when he still had the 5th year option. You exercise that 5th year option. You're in that 5th year. So somebody's only going to get him for what, 8 games? So, and without a guarantee to be re-signed, you're looking at an 8-game audition and he may walk out the door. Now the new team could franchise him, but I just don't see that happening. The only team that I think might trade for him would be that has been out there looking for pass rush help is the Raiders. And I put that out there on Twitter.
I don't think the trade is the issue. It may be what the Falcons are asking for.
Right, because they don't want to give up a first-round pick for nothing.
Yeah, for a 4th or 5th round pick. They probably at least trying to get which I don't know how the heck they worked out that deal with Mohamed Sanu, but apparently New England really valued him and needed him back.
Yeah, Belichick really wanted him.
Yeah.
He said when he was a free agent, they tried to get him. Sounded like they tried to trade for him in the offseason.
Yep, they did.
And so, that was something they really wanted. And you know how much, Belichick don't value draft picks.
Right.
Belichick values what he sees that you could do in this league.
Right now.
And he'll make use of what you can do.
Right.
So Belichick ain't never valued draft picks. So that, in a way, that didn't surprise me. But, the only other pieces I could think of, I think it was Matt Carolloy on Twitter I saw talking about they should call up old Bob Quinn up there in Detroit and see what they can get for Devontae. Now, that would be interesting. You think you could get something, what, 4th round pick?
I mean,
Devonta?
that's where we drafted him at, 4th round.
So if you could get a 4th or 5th round pick and they take that money, that wouldn't be a bad deal.
And, man, like I said, at this point, I'm not objective to anybody leaving.
No.
Right now, other than keeping Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, because you invested a lot of money. But now the question will be,
Right.
will a new coach come in and want to draft a quarterback behind Matt Ryan for the first time?
See, I think that depends on the GM. If Dimitroff is here, no. If Dimitroff is still the GM and just say you can finagle Josh McDaniels from New England.
Mm-hmm.
You know, say you can finagle him, and I don't think that you do draft anybody behind Matt Ryan. At least not this offseason. You got too much to fix on the defense to be using draft capital on a quarterback. That's been the problem. You've had too much to fix every offseason to be using draft capital on a quarterback.
But why do we seem to go through this all the time, man? It seems like we just cannot shake the fact that we can't get a top 10 defense consistently.
The only thing I can figure is, I mean, it's got to be coaching, right? At this point, it's got to be. It's the only thing that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, can we get lucky and have Denver fire Vic Fangio? And we can get him back we can get him as a defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I mean, I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good little wish list right there, but I don't see that happening. I mean, look, I'm for Rex Ryan. If we get a coach in here that wants Rex Ryan as a defensive coordinator, I wouldn't mind.
I'll take him.
Rex has attitude.
Yeah. He has an identity.
Right.
Like Dan Quinn's identity is the whole fast and physical and brotherhood. Right?
Right.
That's the things he preaches. Well, he got fast. He lost physical.
Oh.
He lost physical.
Yeah, physical's
a while
gone.
ago.
Physical flew south for the winter.
Physical left with Poe and some of them other guys. That's where physical left with. So I would be interested to see what somebody like a Rex Ryan. I really wish Todd Bowles wasn't defensive coordinating somewhere. I wouldn't mind having him as a defensive coordinator. Where's Marquand Manuel? Marquand Manuel sitting in a bungalow somewhere drinking a beer laughing his butt off. That's where Marquand Manuel is. He's looking at those stats going, huh? Told y'all it wasn't me. Told y'all it wasn't me.
Wow.
I mean, he was always I felt like he was a scapegoat from word go anyway. And that happens every year. Somebody said, I'd love to see Greg Williams as a defensive coordinator. Them Jets defense, that didn't look so good last night, right? They gave up 33 points to the Patriots. So,
oh man,
y'all can have Greg Williams' crazy self.
What's up, Ghost Peppers? I see you in there.
Right.
He says, if Vic Beasley is traded, I think we'll be very surprised to what he nets. Just kidding.
There's that pack of Pop Rocks for Beasley into the steal. Yeah, I keep seeing everybody wanting to try to trade Vic Beasley for a 10-pack of mild wings from J.R. Crickets or something like that.
Hey, man, we might as well keep Vic Beasley because I don't see anybody's going to take that $12.8 million off of our shoulders.
I don't think so either, and I don't think anybody's going to take him. It would surprise me, and if they can get something for him, more power to him at this point.
So let me ask you the question.
No.
Austin Hooper is very hot right now.
He is very hot.
Do you trade him?
No. Oh, did I say that too fast? Because I saw what was in Mark Zeno talking about trading him because you don't need to tie up that much money. What are you talking about? That much money? The cap goes up every year. You're obviously going to get younger on defense. There's plenty of guys that you're not going to re-sign. Why not re-sign Hooper? He made it easier to trade Sanu.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he's done nothing but improve year after year.
Yeah, year after year. Yeah.
And so, you're going to keep Matt Ryan, obviously. He's turning into a reliable target for Matt Ryan. So why would you get rid of him?
And Matt Ryan has invested a lot of time into Austin Hooper. 3 years at least.
So why would you? Why would you trade him? I mean, I wouldn't.
But what I'm curious about is this new coach that comes in, does he see Matt Ryan the way Matt Ryan has been presented to everyone else as a deal maker, with him being still a franchise QB?
I think Blank is going to put that down. I think the pitch of any new coach coming in is going to be, this is what I can do with MR2 leading the way.
Okay.
I don't think, especially after that number 7 debacle, I don't think Arthur Blank is going to entertain any idea of trading out Matt Ryan. At least not for the next 3 to 4 years.
Right.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. I mean, hell, we could bring in somebody else and they just completely under the clean house. I'm not saying it can't happen, and I'm not saying it won't happen. I just don't see it happening. You don't just get rid of a franchise quarterback. Period.
Right.
Point blank. That's all there is to it. You just, I know that this city, for whatever reason, the vast majority of this fan base can't get behind him. I hear it at work all the time. They say that, he just doesn't have that it factor. Whatever that it factor is to somebody, whether it's the fire, whether it's a passion that they don't necessarily see, even though it's there and it's been reported. I mean, how many of y'all were wanting a t-shirt that said "Get effing set"? That fire is there, right?
Yeah.
But because he is such a corporate quarterback in a sense, he is the face of a franchise, he rubs people the wrong way.
Well, I once had a guy used to tell me back when Cam Newton was doing his thing,
right,
that Matt Ryan couldn't even hold Cam Newton's jockstrap.
Yeah. And
now look at Cam Newton being bypassed by Kyle Allen.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Matt Ryan still got a job.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy enough to say that. I don't know. It's easy for this fan base to say that Matt Ryan is, over the hill or declining or needing to retire, but numbers prove otherwise. And when he started out this year throwing all those picks, I felt like that was just him like settling back into having Dirk Koetter as his offensive coordinator. That transition happened a little faster. And I honestly believe had the offensive line held up a little better, that game would have went a lot different.
And it was funny because your boy Dirk Koetter said this is the best he's seen that defensive line from the Rams
play all year
prior to that game.
Yeah.
All year.
Well, I mean, they got right.
Well, they were
Sorry. I wasn't supposed to do it like that, was I?
Listen, man, everybody knows that this was a get-back game for the Rams.
Of course.
Okay.
It's going to be a get-back game for Seattle, too.
Yeah. But we embarrassed them in their house in 2016, and then we beat them out of the playoffs in 2017. Yep. Okay. Yep. So they were looking forward to this game, not only to get back on track in the winning column, but to give it to us the way that they gave it to us, and they were ready to pour it on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just like every other team.
Yep.
Still going for it, even though you got a double-digit lead.
Yeah, exactly.
Explain that. That shows you about the lack of respect the NFL has for us when you're still going for it when you got double-digit leads over the Falcons already.
Yeah, no, I mean that just tells you right there they're taking the time to work on things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's that's what they're using the Falcons for right now. Let's see. Somebody's like, I don't understand letting Schaub go and drafting a young guy that can light a fire under Matt while grooming the guy of the future. I mean, that can work. I mean, it could also give you appreciate that, Marty Young. That could also give you a possible draft capital for later on in the way New England did with Jacoby Brissett and Jimmy Garoppolo. So I'm not against drafting a quarterback. I just think you have too many holes going into this offseason to invest draft capital in quarterback.
I do think it's time, though, JR. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but right. I do think it's time that you need to, at some point, start looking into grooming somebody behind Matt Ryan because, as you can see, Matt Ryan hasn't been hurt in a long time. He's only missed 2 games in his entire career. Yeah. And now it looks like he's going to at least miss one because you got the bye week coming in.
Exactly. I think he's going to at least miss Sunday's game.
But the fact that even happened already tells you that you supposed to fix this offensive line, which to me
happen.
signifies that GM Thomas Dimitrov, this may be his kicking out.
I think so.
Of that.
See, Lucas said, first of all, appreciate that. Second of all, he said, who would be our top pick to replace Quinn? I think my top pick right now to replace Quinn would be, I hate saying it would be Josh McDaniels. I want a offensive-minded coach that can maximize the offensive talent that we have. And I also want a offensive-minded coach to bring in a, creative defensive coordinator. I feel like when you get a defensive head coach, which we've had twice now, the defense regresses for whatever reason. It's happening again in Denver. I joked about Vic Fangio. The reason why I think that he could be out is their defense looks like junk too. And just for whatever reason, a defensive coordinator tends not to produce good defensive teams when they become head coaches, with the exception of Belichick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the exception to every rule. So I would love a pairing of, Josh McDaniels and a Rex Ryan.
I'm going to tell you right now, my coach of choice is still Mike McCarthy.
Really?
Still. Yeah, still.
Okay.
Because at least Mike going to show some passion if we were losing like this.
True.
I've seen him show passion.
Right.
Okay, he don't take nothing from the media, okay, if they're saying something out of the side of their necks. Okay, that's number one. But Mike McCarthy, to me, would be a better fit for the Atlanta Falcons, and he would instill some confidence in the Falcons, and he might draft a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean,
because remember now, when he came over to Green Bay, you know who the quarterback was over there?
Quarterback Brett Favre. You're right.
And what did they do? They went and got Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
Who started the next year after.
Yeah, I mean, okay. All right, fine. If we're going to get into it, let's just get into it, right? I've been trying, but now y'all are forcing my hand. Y'all are forcing me to get into it. Sit Matt Ryan the rest of the year. There is no reason to keep trotting him out there, okay? The season's done. You're 1-6. You're not coming back from that. I think only one or two teams in the history of the NFL, has come back from a 1-6 start to even make the playoffs. Okay? So the chances you making the playoffs are almost zero at this point. So sit Matt Ryan, go into the offseason with your new head coach, your new GM, whether it be Lewis Riddick, McDaniels, I don't even care. Mike McCarthy, don't even matter to me at this point. Let them have complete and utter say. Maybe that's how you can lure McDaniels from New England. Give him Belichick-like control. You keep Thomas Dimitrov in the background as a cap guy, and you let McDaniels just have a complete run of it. If he wants to trade Matt Ryan, trade him. Everybody likes to say I'm a Matt Ryan sycophant and apologizer, and I'll defend him. Y'all don't understand. I think right now he gives us our best chance to win. But if you were to guarantee me right now, or even come close to guaranteeing me that if we traded Matt Ryan and got rid of him, that we'd guarantee consistency and a Super Bowl win, dude, I'd get rid of him right now. I'd trade him all day long. But I don't see it happening. I look at the way the NFL works and how teams go about their business, and you don't trade or get rid of franchise quarterbacks.
Get the man a defense, man.
Now that right there, I'll agree with all day long. You give him a shred of a defense, and you saw what he did.
He would have went to more championships than what we presented to him now.
Yeah.
In 12 years, you've been our QB, and you've only been able to get to one Super Bowl because you essentially had the greatest offense in NFL history, one of the greatest.
Yeah.
And talking about one of the greatest, something hit me this morning about Dan Quinn. Have y'all realized what did the defense in 2013 and 14 of the Seattle Seahawks have in common with the Falcons offense in 2016? They were one of the best, went down as one of the best historic defenses in the NFL.
Right.
What does that tell you? Dan Quinn can't get to a Super Bowl unless he can get his team to reach historical heights, which we did.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we have not even come close to sniffing it.
No. No, no, we ain't even come close to any kind of historical thing. Ghost Pepper says, I ran across a couple of so-called Falcon fans that feel Matt Schaub is going to do a better job than Ryan simply because he threw a touchdown in garbage time. Well, they're going to get a rude awakening there, Ghost Pepper. I mean, there's a reason why Matt Schaub ain't starting for nobody.
Well, I'll tell y'all one thing, you're at least going to enjoy this game stress-free because you don't have to worry about if you're going to lose or not.
Oh, yeah, no. If Matt Ryan can't go, y'all can just watch this one. You ain't got to worry about winning this one. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like, honestly, let the rest of the season, let this offensive line gel for the rest of the season without Matt Ryan behind him.
I would not put Matt Ryan in, and I agree with you on that.
At this point, let Danny Etling play. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Look, Julio Jones could have played the rest of the season in 2013 with that foot issue, okay? Guys, he came from Alabama with that foot issue and played the whole season, no problem, and still was very productive. If y'all remember, Julio Jones just had snagged a 49-yard bomb from Matt Ryan against Antonio Cromartie before they even took him out of that game and decided to sit him for a season. You know why? Because we weren't competing for anything.
No.
Okay? Matt Ryan doesn't need to be in there the rest of this season because we are not competing for anything.
No, they ain't going to compete this year. I mean, I hate to say it,
but they will be competing in one spot.
Well, yeah, for
the
that
2020 draft.
That first overall pick. Anthony Wright says, what's happening, fellas? I was really, really upset when Devonta Freeman was battling with Aaron Donald. Yeah, no, I was too. That's not what you want to see. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I like to see the passion. I like to see the fight, but I also like to see professionalism.
Yeah.
You know, this ain't Pop Warner out there. You know, yeah, you get upset, but shoot, you know, just go on to your side. Marty Young says, people can't stand Matt Ryan, but he has been through like 8 OCs in his career. Give him a run game and we'll blossom. Give him a top 15 D and we'll blossom. They can't keep putting on Matt. No, I agree. I mean, the quarterbacks take more crap than they should and get more praise than they should.
Yeah.
As I have said before, and I'll say it again 100 times over, the reason why I love game of football because it is a team game. You saw in the NBA, one player can dominate.
Yeah.
How many championships did LeBron take a bad Cleveland team to?
Oh, yeah.
Quite a few, right?
Yeah.
So one player can dominate, okay? In football, you can't have one player dominate. You got to have a full team.
Yeah.
And it has to work like in concert together.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So, but I understand people like to blame Matt Ryan. I'm not one of those people. I never will be one of those people. So I'm sorry, I guess, in that aspect. I can't get with y'all when y'all say that we should trade Matt Ryan. Because I think if you get rid of Matt Ryan, you're going to be in for a lot of bad football.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people seem to forget that before Matt Ryan got here, we didn't have back-to-back winning seasons in franchise history.
Yeah.
A franchise that started in 1966 couldn't string together back-to-back winning seasons before he got here.
Yeah, and Mike Smith helped to produce 5 of those.
Right.
Even though the one year in 2009 we didn't make the playoffs,
but
we missed it by a game.
Yeah.
You know, went 9-7, but we still had 5 winning seasons. The only issue with Mike, he couldn't get you to the Super Bowl.
No.
And you brought Dan Quinn in. Dan Quinn got us there.
Couldn't get over.
Yeah.
It's almost like I think somebody equated it to, brought up like a Tony Dungy type thing. You know, Tony Dungy could take you so far.
Yeah.
And then it was Gruden that pushed it over. I don't know if it's a situation like that where we need our Gruden to push us over.
I don't know if we're going to have much for that Gruden type guy to push it over.
I don't think so. I mean,
I'm just being honest. In 2020, I have no idea what we're going to see.
It's going to be a vastly different team, I think.
Yeah.
I think. So, what's up, True Kicks? Appreciate y'all stopping. Heck, we appreciate everybody stopping in. We've been at this for about an hour now, and thank all y'all for all your comments. It's been a lot of fun. Hey, there's Fred Butts. Says Julio Jones basically said he wants to be the coach. I don't know about that. I don't know. GM Atlanta says replace Thomas Dimitroff with San Francisco's assistant head coach, GM Keenan Turner. Then he will hire the defensive coordinator, Robert Schley, I think is how you say that last name. That might be interesting. I don't know if I necessarily want another defensive head coach, because what I want is the defense to be like the driving force for a change. Because everybody wants to talk about, Shanahan finally getting it together. But last time I checked, the game they won last week was 9-0.
Hey, but you know what that tells you? At least they have a defense to defend the points.
Yeah. Even Shanahan, who appreciate that, True Kicks. Even Shanahan, who's your offensive genius, drafted Nick Bosa with his first pick.
But you know what? That's another talk for another time, because I do have something to talk about with that. But I'm not gonna do it here.
Okay.
Because it just takes too long. I'm gonna save that one for the next week over.
I got you.
And I'll talk about it then.
Cool. Well, hey, as always, we'll be back here next Tuesday, win or lose, around 7:30. We'll go at this for about an hour again, chop it up. Maybe we're talking about Dan Quinn being gone, maybe not. Who knows? We'll see.
And we appreciate you guys bearing with us to get through the technical difficulties starting out earlier. I hope it got better.
I hope so.
As we went along, and we thank you guys for letting us know what was going on.
Yeah, right, exactly. We appreciate that. And if y'all want, for the ones who are coming in late, if you want to download the podcast, this will be up. Obviously, this will be up on YouTube as an archive, but it also will be up tomorrow as a downloadable podcast. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm Grim1128. That's with 2 M's. Toby?
And I'm Toby D. 1991.
Yeah, and you can follow us there. I'll be tweeting out the link to the podcast if you also want to download that. But that's pretty much what I got.
Hey, man. Thanks for the super chat, guys.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate it, man.
Okay.
We do want to get better with this, and so anything you give, man, we appreciate it.
Okay,
it doesn't even matter.
Thank y'all so much. And like I said, we appreciate y'all stopping by. And as always, Falcon fans,
Rise up.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, hold on. Now, says Hazman says, hell, y'all haven't even answered any of my questions. I'm sorry.
Oh, man, we apologize. See, now we got to stay on a little bit longer because of him, because he's a cool guy. He's been riding with us.
He's always on us. So what you got there, Taz? We'll give you a second to put something out there. It says,
he said he believes Arthur Blank will fire Dan Quinn after the Seahawks game.
I think so. I think he's gone after the Seahawks game. It's going to be embarrassing, I think, again. So I feel like that he's gone. And man, really appreciate that.
Hey, Anthony, man, you trying to make a brother cry over here?
Thank you for that very much. So, thank you, Blackbirds, for dropping by. You've been with us the whole time. And Taz, man, you can definitely hit us up. We interact with you on Twitter for sure. So hit us up. Any other questions you got there, we'll definitely feel free to answer. But I think we can go ahead and wrap this up. And as always, Falcons fans,
rise up.